Hi, this is Steve from Oakland Cemetery in Hampton, Virginia, and I did a small PowerPoint presentation on some of the headstones that I reset. These were veteran headstones, uh, good size, average size. A lot of them I had to write up when I got there because they weren't clean, they weren't meeting the mill standards as far as resetting and cleanliness. So I had to reset them. I have a lot of pictures. I didn't do any videos on it, but I do plan to do a few videos on how I reset them. Uh, and so, and I plan on doing a PowerPoint presentation on lessons learned and problem areas because I've got a lot of training in that area. And so, so this is a Civil War veteran, uh, Mr. Molt, Company 12, New York Infantry. And you can see here, you can see how low he is. Man, he is low and he's not clean. The other thing is, if you notice, these letters are raised letters. So these craftsmen, they had to chisel all this out. It was a big job. And so here's a picture of it here. Uh, and you can see it's up to height right now. I got it up to height, but you can see I have a post level on it. It'll check the vertical and horizontal, and you can see this is how far it was down in the ground. And when I started, this is around when I first started. I got a wheelbarrow here, shovel, whatever. But when you have to get your dirt, stuff like that, bring it in, bring it all the way through the cemetery, it's real time consuming. And one of the problems was, where am I going to get field material? How am I going to get field material? Well, there's a construction company called Pembroke Construction about 4 or 5 miles down the road, and they allowed me to get some free fill material. May have to clean it up a little bit, but I get free fill material. And but I was doing that with my truck, and I can't get so much on there, and have to wheelbarrow it in place. So it was a task. Now you can see, look how nice it turned out. It turned out really nice, and you can. It turned out real nice, I think. And so you can imagine how many years it's been since somebody did clean this and did it. Uh, what I normally did, how I cleaned them was uh, I took in just used regular water and a soft brush, a brush like a shoe brush handle because it'll start wearing you out, and wet it down and wash it, and then I'll use either D2, which is an approved cleaner for it. This is another one. Well, this is it here. This is the same one. I'm sorry, but you can see how dirty it is, and I'm centering up. I do plan to do a video on how I reset these. Like I said, I just did it with pictures. Here's another one. This is, I think he's a World War II veteran. But what I tried to do on most of these stones, I tried to use seniority. I tried to do the Civil War first, and then I got a Spanish American, World War II, uh, Korea, Vietnam, all these veterans. I tried to do them in order, but this guy was, look how low he is. And so you can imagine how many years it took to do it. Right? And you see, I purchased a chain fall, and then I made a tripod out of 2x4s, and then I rigged it up, and I put a uh, chain fall bag on here to hold a chain. That got to be annoying. And then I didn't have. I tried a chain for the pull chain, but that didn't work out. But you can see another veteran stone right here, and so I'll get to them. I mean, I've already reset that one, but I mean, uh, this is years ago. Here's a side view of it. You can see how I rigged it up. It worked good. I mean, you got to get them loose. You see how this stone is? So, see why they got rode up? Right, here it's finished. Right, he's high. I set him deliberately high because you can see how low he went. So hopefully, in my lifetime, he may have to be leveled out, but hopefully he's not going to sink too much more. This is a Spanish-American War veteran, and you can see, you know, how crooked it is. All right, so there's the other view of it. And there, boy, this one was a headache. I don't know why they did it, but if you'll notice here, this is concrete, it's dirt. And man, they make it hard to get up. They're not easy at all. Sometimes you can do it, find them, and sometimes not. But I have a T-rod, and I probe the ground, say from an angle, and then straight up and down. Whether I can tell whether it has set it in concrete. There, you can see it real good now. So man, it's a job doing those. And you can see how I got it rigged up. The other issue, if you'll notice, I'm about like 2 blocks, almost out of chain. And there's a couple things you can do. The nice thing about these tripods, you can bring them in higher and lower. And it sets good for veteran stones and, smaller stones, but stones with any height. I plan on this year making extensions, put an extension on here, say a 3 or 4 foot extension, see high. But see, I got a step ladder here, just in case I needed it to hook the chain up. This I didn't. And there you go. So it's turned out pretty level. And I use a post level, and you can see I'll do a horizontal, and we'll do a vertical. It'll do a horizontal and vertical. Well, you just got to watch it, make sure it fits flush. And there's the front view of it. And some of these are really hard to come clean. I mean, over the years, I don't know if anybody's cleaned them or whatever, but it makes it hard. And then I went down to the VA cemetery, and these guys here, they gave me a lot of tips on how to reset these things. But you see, look at the rig they got. They got hydraulic, man, they pull them right up. And you see how dirty they are. There is a mill standard for setting these stones. A lot of the smaller ones are Civil War, and then as new stones come out, they made them bigger, taller. But they gave me a lot of good tips on what materials to use. They have what they call a stone dust now, and they put it's a stone. It's real fine, like crush and run. It's like the powder of it, and you can compress it, tack it, and it'll solidify. But you can break it loose, where the others you can't. But like I said, I plan on doing a video, and plan on doing a video on resetting them and a little things, a little different, maybe some of the tools I have. All right, so thank you for watching.